It is Money Monday, March 18th. I'm Kimberly Pro, and welcome to Hour 1 of Good Morning Vail. On today's first hour, it's Global Recycling Day, so we had a conversation with Fill and Refill, plus the Eagle Valley Library and Eyepieces of Vail. All of that happening in Hour 1, and it starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
It's Global Recycling Day, and it is so important for us each to do our part in reducing the carbon footprint and beyond. We had a conversation with Phil and Refill, so let's take a look at that first part of that conversation.
This is Cece Zach, and I am so delighted to be here with Allison Burgund from Phil and Refill. Thank you so much for hosting us today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for coming.
Well, when we were preparing for the interview, I was just so enthralled with your background, and I think it's really important for the viewers to understand why you've been in Vail for as long as you have, how many years, why do you stay here, and just let everyone know all about you.
Oh, sure. Great place to live, first off. So I grew up hiking and camping in the Pacific Northwest and then made my way to Southern California for school. And I was even an outdoor guide. So I spent a lot of time in the outdoors, taking people around, enjoying, respecting nature. And so at some point, when I was living in Southern California, I came on a vacation here and obviously fell in love. Got a job, moved here, and what keeps me here is, the proverbial came for the winter, stayed for the summers, and it's just a great quality of life. So I love being here.
And so how long has it been?
24 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
you must have seen a ton of change here in the Valley.
A ton of change. I saw Moe's Barbecue when they were in an empty lot with their rolled tow behind barbecues. So I've seen that flourish to their huge operation now. Love them.
You're the first person that's used Moe's as a milestone in their time here. So
I love it.
Yeah, and I love it too, because
Yeah.
now when I interview people, I'm going to start using that with them.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh God, you know a lot about this valley,
Yeah.
knowing that I've only been here for a few years. But back to you. So you have been just a pillar in society as it relates to your passion around waste management. I mean, I don't mean to be so blunt and use the words waste management, but you have done such an incredible job here in the Valley in instituting a way of life for behavior change. But where did that all come from, Allison?
I had a super liberal upbringing in the Pacific Northwest and a lot of activists in my family. So I'd say most of my family was involved in saving nature or people in some respect. My aunt was a head attorney for Greenpeace. My uncle started the Public Defenders in Seattle, which is an organization that provides you an attorney if you can't afford one. And primarily, my father was an attorney for EPA for 30 years.
Wow, EPA.
EPA. So
Talk about change over 30 years.
for
Wow.
sure, for sure.
Will he come on the show next time?
We'll see. He lives in Texas, so we'll see if we can get him here. But some of the things that I had in my life on a daily basis were I had a picture on the wall in my dad's office of a hand and a little fish, and there was a paper clip the same size as the fish, comparing the size. And it was a fish that my dad had flown to Alaska to close a refinery that was polluting the streams that were killing that fish. So from when I was a really young age, protecting nature and your community and the earth was just a baseline. So I grew up with all kinds of patches on my backpacks from the Okefenokee Swamp, and I remember having my first little backpack from the first REI store in Seattle that I would stitch my little saving habitat patches on. So it's always been a part of my life.
That being said, is there any memory that you have where you started to influence other people about these learnings that you had for them to have a behavioral change around climate and climate action in some way, shape, or form?
You bet. So when I was an outdoor guide in college, I remember water bottles were a thing even back then. We first had our Nalgene bottles and reusable bottles, and that was kind of the turning point where bringing a plastic bottle started to be, super uncool. Like use reusable. It's right there. It's infinitely
And that was,
reusable.
if I,
Yeah.
that's probably the time when bottled water started to take off.
For sure,
As
yeah.
a commercial option.
Right.
For
right.
consumers.
And then they just added more and more and more and more options for that. Yeah. Yeah.
If we were to just ignore climate action, what's the thoughts that come to your mind if all of a sudden the world just decides to give up on climate action? What do you think would happen?
Well, it increases the timeline on a lot of, trash buildup and, elements gone, resources gone. So.
You had mentioned to me earlier when we were chatting about, you have a figure in your mind about it, the trends that we're going about how much time we have for landfill.
Yes, that was one of the, yes, thanks for reminding me.
Because that to me was just so striking, because it might not be in my lifetime, but go ahead and explain.
Well, so landfills have a timeline because of the way that they can break down foods and all the they get filled basically. So our local landfill has 50 years left, from what I understand. And that means we have to find another place.
We say local, Vail Valley.
Vail Valley,
Yeah, wow.
our landfill right over
note
there.
That.
Yeah.
For our generation, the next generations, 50 years, that's it.
Yeah. So in my children's lifetime, they will have to find another location in this valley for another landfill.
Wow. And as I recall in the research that I've done, is that landfills emit a lot of methane, and that's what's killing the CO2. And
Yep.
by no means am I an expert in this, but in addition to filling this landfill, of which we only have 50 years, if we don't start creating more CO2 green gases in this arena, we're destined for humanitarian crises.
Yeah. So I think that's jumping ahead. That's where refilling comes in. All you need is what's inside the bottles, not the actual bottles. So. Seems pretty simple to me.
Yeah,
adding to the landfills.
It's making me really think that that I know, politics aside, there's been just a lot of up and down about people's beliefs in climate action. But I mean, I just know in the past 5 years what I've seen with the weather. And I mean, it's just mind-boggling what's happening in California and what's happening, here. We actually, this season, we've probably had the most snow that we've had in decades, which one could argue.
I would agree.
Yeah, it has something to do with the climate. So philosophy on recycling, or let's say the bigger term for me is around materials management, but you have come up with such a phenomenal, innovative idea. Just tell me about how you came up with the idea to help change behaviors with recycling.
Sure. So I can't take credit for the concept. There are several other around the United States and around the world. Europe is very good at this, as a matter of fact. But I noticed in my daily habits that I was using the same shampoo. So every time I would go to the grocery store, I needed shampoo, buy the same bottle, come home, then the bottle would get recycled, thrown away, and repeat. How many shampoos is that a year? And that's just shampoo. So I was noticing all I needed what was inside of the bottle. I mean, I don't need this exact duplicate of that bottle 12 times a year. And then it gets worse and worse with dish soap, laundry soap, all the different products you use in your house. So I was just taking a notice of my personal impact on using plastics, and I actually laid out all the plastics I used in a month on my picnic table, and it was substantial. So I knew I could do better.
Wow, you're just making me realize, because today is Recycle Day where I live in Avon, and I took out, and I'm don't have much waste to begin with, and I was shocked at how much I had. And I look forward to talking about your store in a second, but what you just made me realize where my most recycles come from? Beverages. Beverages in general. And so you have any thoughts on beverages before we get into what you offer here?
That one's really hard, and my kids hate me, but we don't do a lot of plastic beverage bottles in our family, so I just try and limit that to infinitely recyclable things like glass and aluminum.
Yeah. bubbly water is my the bubbly water gets me, and I still have I bought one of the bubbly makers, but you can't get the cartridges since COVID. You can't get the O2 cartridges. So, well, I would ask our viewers to stay tuned. We're going to take a quick station break, or actually, we're going to take a quick retail break at Fill and Refill, and we will be right back with Allison Burgon. Thank you.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Max at TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? Chenna Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at Chenna Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
Good morning, Vail.
This conversation can't be had enough, so let's take a look at the second half of the conversation with Fill and Refill.
We are back on with Allison Burgon from Fill and Refill, and it's just been a delight talking to you. I'm learning so much about what more I can be doing. So this portion of the show I really would like to dedicate to helping our viewers know more about what they can do to be more sustainably responsible. So the philosophy behind the store. You mentioned that this context it has been widely adapted in Europe, but tell us what your goals are with this store, the philosophy and the goals behind the store.
Philosophy is to get people to not use a new plastic container every time they need a product. Baseline.
And you did mention hair shampoo. Yep. You mentioned dish detergent. You mentioned laundry detergent.
Yep.
Any other? Hand soap.
Oh man, all kinds of stuff. Even stainless steel cleaner. We have sunscreen. We have hair gel. We have
And none of us
yeah,
here use those.
hairspray. Yeah,
The
hair gel.
sunscreen. Yeah,
That's funny.
Well, sometimes I do, but yeah, I didn't even think of sunscreen.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Toner, lotions, all kinds of things.
Oh, body lotion.
Body lotion. Yep.
Okay.
Truly, my philosophy is that there's five products you use in your house every day. And it depends on who you are, what those products are, but there's at least 5 that you use on repeat. Hand soap, laundry soap, dish soap, hand lotion, whatever your other one might be. Start refilling those. See what happens. See how many plastic containers you can save a year.
So, with that in mind, who's a typical client of yours in the store?
Typical clients, and this is one of my favorite things, they come into the store and they are happy. They are so happy that there is an option. I have a lot of really happy customers, very few angry customers. They're so happy that they can contribute in their own way to saving plastic and, saving money on their recycling in the end and saving plastics from the landfill. Interestingly enough, I have a lot of kids who are in their teens, and they tell their parents. And
I love
the
that.
parents come back, the teens come back, and they buy packages, deodorant in paper package, or they reusable cloth facial wipes, and then the moms and the dads come back in and they buy laundry soap, dish soap, hand soap, all those things. Yeah,
and that's really important for the viewers to recognize that our younger generations are the ones that are really going to help us understand how we can contribute and change our behavior. Because I didn't even think of the facial products or the deodorant. Boy, I'm behind the times. Oh, I don't want to admit that to everyone.
We'll go through some stuff.
All right. Thank you for that. Tell us a little bit about your price points, because my assumption would be that doing this is wildly expensive. But after talking with you, that's not the case.
No, one of my favorite things is that I check the price points on items that are offered in big box stores weekly to compare, so that I can talk to people about that. And the number one selling item that I have here, laundry soap by Boulder Clean, is $3 cheaper here to refill than buying the same amount in one of the big box stores around town. So that's one of my very favorite things. On the whole, the product.
And when and let me just interrupt. When you say at the big box store, that's we're buying that a new plastic container every time we go to a big box. Got it.
Right.
Okay.
And so, in general, the products are clean products. They're good products. They equate a lot to the products in the organic section of the grocery store. So the price point is very similar to that.
Okay, that makes it much more reasonable for us to recognize.
To understand, yeah.
What type of community impact would you like to make here in the Valley?
Oh man, I would love to save those years off that landfill. That would be a great goal. I would love to, bottom line, slow down the filling up of the landfill. I know that's a big goal, but dream big.
One of the other things that I think about, and not that I want to share too much with our viewers, but I have found that I have a lot of BPA in my physical body, in my cells, in my blood, not my blood, but my cells. And that's thanks to the integrative medicine doctor that I work with. And I, for the life of me, cannot figure out where this BPA has come from. And I have switched to glass many, many years ago, cooking in glass and what have you. Tell us a little bit about containers in general. So, I guess food products, tell us a little bit about your philosophy around containers, plastics versus glasses versus, BPA free and...
Sure. So one of the tenets of the store is that I only offer containers that are glass or aluminum, and I don't sell any products that are packaged mostly in glass. I only sell products that are packaged in glass when you buy them as a one-off products. So I try to limit my connection to that at all in my life. So I do that in the store as well.
If you were, and we're going to get a chance to kind of walk through the store in a few moments, but if you were to leave our viewers with tips about things that they can be doing at home just to physically make a behavioral change in this recyclable space, what is it?
Refill as much as you can, save plastics. There's some really small shifts that you can do that are, that don't make that much of a difference in the pattern of your life. Like instead of using a plastic sponge in your kitchen, switch to a natural sponge. Switch
I
to
didn't even
a,
realize. So a typical
Yeah.
sponge has microplastics in it.
tons of microplastics in it.
Everything has microplastics.
Everything
in it.
has microplastics in it. Yep. Switch to a non-plastic sponge in your sink, or switch to it's called a Swedish dishcloth. Invented in Sweden, comes from wood pulp and cotton fibers, and no microplastics there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I was just listening, Wall Street Journal has a podcast about new things in the world. And I just listened to one about how much microplastics are actually released from our clothes into the water in the washing machine and is disposed ultimately to our oceans, and that the level of our oceans, there is a coating on the bottom of our oceans of microplastics, and the lack of knowledge that I have about this until I just heard this podcast was just extraordinary. So I love, you just saying the sponge has microplastics in it, our clothes have microplastics. The stuff we wash our clothes with has microplastics in it. So I think it's important for our viewers to really just take a little listen to what we can do to change. So with that in mind, we're going to take a quick tour around the store where Allison can pretend that I am a first-time shopper and take me through what I should be looking at and how to change my behaviors at home.
You got it.
So, Allison, I'm a first-time customer, and I am so excited to be here, but I have no idea what to do. Walk me through it.
You got it. So my favorite thing is that it's all about the vessel. So you can purchase one here, you can bring one for home, and we even have a small selection here, big and small at different times, of donated things. So you don't have to buy a thing for the container. You can just come right in. The way that it works is you take your vessel and we weigh it first, so that you can take away the weight of the vessel at the end and just pay for the product that you get. So another favorite thing is that if you're trying a new product, you can just get a little bit. One of my very favorite things. And then when you come back and you like it, come out and fill it up. So a little or a lot.
So we have the vessel, all right?
Vessel.
And here we have all of the stuff that we talked about: lotions, shampoos, detergents. We
All
fill the
kinds.
vessel.
Fill the vessel. You weigh it again. We price it per weighted ounce. And then you're on your way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to
got
another
it.
part of the store. So you had told me about bar soaps for your hair. So
Yeah. Okay, so one of my favorite products in here is bar shampoo and bar conditioner. A lot of people are just getting into it, but there are so many options for that. And frankly, this conditioner is probably one of the very best conditioners in this store. It lasts forever. It works really well. So you're not sacrificing anything.
Let me
Yeah.
ask, how hard is it for someone to start using a bar? And I'm thinking that's like a weird sensation.
I know. People think it's like taking a traditional bar soap and rubbing it on your head and it's going to pull your hair. It's a very easy transition. People are a little leery of it, but then when they see the quality of the product, they keep coming back.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, the other one I love, for me, paper towels, reusable paper towels.
Yes. So one of the biggest habits people find that they have at their house is just go get a paper towel for every use, drying your hands, wiping off the countertop. And this is a really good substitution for that, in that you can use the same habit, getting a paper towel, and then just wash it and reuse it. So it's a really
Love
good
that.
way. Mhm.
And let's just end on what I also love too, is the deodorant. I love the packaging and hadn't even thought about recycling deodorant.
Excellent. I offer an excellent options for deodorant, wonderful smells, naturally scented, and they all work really well. That's my favorite thing. I think sometimes natural deodorants get a bad rap, and we use them so often we just don't even remember how much plastic is in a regular deodorant.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Allison, thank you so much. I want to give you a big hug.
Thanks
I
for
learned
having me.
so much from you today.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching us at Fill and Refill, and hopefully you will change your behaviors. This is
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com because there's always more for you on 92.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of Good Morning Vail. Now we're doing something really cool for Easter. Starting Monday the 18th, every single day, you're gonna get a new word. So if you watch every day and unscramble the words to make a sentence, you can win What's in This Egg. Make sure and tune in every day. Good Morning Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Function and fashion is always so important, especially when you're participating in all of your favorite sports, whether it's on the mountain or off. So we head over to Eyepieces of Vail and have conversations all about the inventory and offerings that they provide to their patrons. I am so excited. I'm Kimberly Perot here, and I am standing here with Tyler Moore of Eyepieces of Vail. How are you, Tyler?
I'm doing great. What about yourself, Kimberly?
You know, I'm loving being out here. I'm loving standing in the middle of all of your goggles. We're here at the famous Goggle Bar.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. We are at the Goggle Bar, and it is such a cool concept and store. We love this store. It's so unique in its appearance and how we can help service you with any of your optical needs. It's not just goggles. We have glasses, sunglasses, prescription, really, you name it, we're able to help you out here.
That's amazing. So we're at the Bridge Street location. So you've got the Goggle Bar here, and we've got quite an array of goggle selection. What do we have in front of us today?
Today, I thought we'd kind of focus on one of our favorite brands, Smith Optics. Definitely kind of like the leader in ski sport optics for sure. So I pulled a few of their models here, a great helmet. Yeah, you know, who doesn't love a good set of goggles?
Absolutely. You know, I'm a Smith girl. I don't mean to plug that, but you may have to convince me otherwise because the impressive array behind us is great. But fun story. I was on the mountain one day. It was super white out, couldn't see it. So I went straight down to the bottom of the slopes and walked in and said, I need a pair of goggles. And they gave me a pair of Smiths. Yep. So tell me about them. What do we have here?
You know, we'll start over here on my right here. This is their flagship model. It's called the 4D Mag. And this is a really cool goggle with a lot of interesting tech. Namely, the lens here is going to be the kind of shining star. But you can see here it kind of goes from flat to curved. And this unique toric lens shape allows you to have a lot bigger field of vision without the goggle itself having to be massive. So this is a really cool way to kind of combat how do we keep a goggle that fits a lot of faces, but also has the field of vision of a bigger goggle. And on top of that too, it's one of the easiest to swap out. 1, 2 switches right here, pops right off. Comes with a second lens for those cloudier days. You can pop it right back on, lock it down, and you're on your way.
Looks amazing. I know, I love it. So I have a question about this technology in specific. Is this a new shape for this season, for the latest model, or tell me more about it?
It's been around for a couple seasons now, but it works. And it's kind of hard to see, so I would recommend you come in to actually try it on because the difference is quite outstanding. You're not going to, if you feel claustrophobic, like a lot of people do in goggles, this is a great one that kind of gives you that feeling of like no frame around your face, free vision. It really does work.
Amazing. And so we've got some helmets here as well. So tell me a little bit about the helmets.
Cool. Yeah, right here we also have their top line model, Nexus. This was released last year. It features a few interesting technologies. Number one, what we always want to see is at least this yellow dot here called MIPS, or a MIPS equivalent. This is better for your brain if you fall down, which happens a lot in skiing.
It does. Can you tell me, what does MIPS stand for? So when someone goes in, they know exactly what they're talking about.
Oh, man. Yeah. So it's a multiple direction impact protection system. So it's quite the mouthful. But pretty much what it is, it's a liner that rotates independently in the helmet that reduces rotational violence of a crash. Because, we don't just crash straight down. We're typically crashing at speed with glancing blows. So this is supposed to keep your brain in a more forward position and not shaking around in your head as much, which, as we know, is what kind of causes concussions.
Absolutely. Well, helmets are important regardless of your skill level.
Exactly. Yeah. Always wear a helmet, please. Even if you're confident in your ability, you shouldn't be confident in other people's ability.
That's exactly right. It's like defensive driving.
Defensive driving. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so this is great. So this is also a Smith helmet, and so talk to me about like the pairing. So how do you pair the goggle with the helmet, and like what do you recommend?
For sure. I recommend what fits your face and your head the best. Mixing and matching, we can do a lot, and the industry has become a lot more standardized in its shapes. But in essence, for Smith, they are designed to work perfectly together. The shape of the brim of the helmet and the shape of the top of the goggle are made to actually give you a nice fit to kind of keep the top of this goggle protected from snow and stuff that would block its ability to vent. Smith on Smith is great, but don't be afraid to kind of mix and match a little. We can find the perfect fit for you.
You got to show off your steez.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have a variety of Smith goggles here. Tell me a little bit about some of these others.
Yeah, the others, this is going to be their famous IO mag line. So this is easy interchangeability as well. Everything that we carry in Smith comes with 2 lenses, which we find it's just great. You can look at the weather, see what you're doing, and choose a lens and go from there. But it's easy nowadays. Long gone are like jamming the lens into the frame. There's a little switch right back here, then it just pops right off.
I'm loving this new technology.
It's so easy.
Gone are the days of shoving your lens into a rubber outside.
Yeah, it was always tough. People's thumbs hurt. Dad was always upset when he had to do all 4 kids in the morning. Now the kids can do it themselves.
That's great, and they probably love doing that as well.
Exactly.
So Eyepieces of Vail, you're so unique here in what you do. You've got not only a wide array of goggle selection, but you also can fit people with prescriptions for their goggles specifically. Tell me a little more about that.
We can. So we specialize in prescription, prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, but also one that you don't see a lot of is prescription goggles. This nifty little thing right here is a godsend for a lot of people. It fits in pretty much any goggle, not just Smith, anything on the back of the wall. We can fit this in, and it just clips in to your goggle like such. It's super easy, simple. We do this with an anti-fog coating too. You know, that's probably the number one thing that people with glasses, when they're putting their goggles over their glasses, deal with. This helps mitigate, you know, that from happening as much. So, you know, great option for those that need to see while you ski.
Yeah, and it really gives a like curated fit into the goggle versus your glasses where you've got two different angles and shapes on your face.
Correct. It's a lot more comfortable.
Yep.
It performs better, but also it's a lot safer. You don't have to risk falling and breaking your glasses. You know, I have seen people get cut up from when their glasses break. It's a real risk that you're taking when you do that.
And safety is key, especially on the mountain, and you want to look good while you're doing it.
Exactly. We're going to help you perform your best, look your best, be your best.
So if we want to pursue this prescription option within our goggles, how do we do that? You've got a doctor here on site, so tell me all about that.
Correct, yeah. So we do have Dr. G, who's really great to work with. He comes in every Tuesday, Thursdays, both to the Edwards location and our Village Center location here in Vail Village across from Solaris. So he starts in Edwards in the morning and then comes to Vail around 3 o'clock. Appointments typically take about 30 minutes. So you can just give us a call, check availability, and we're happy to book you and get your eyes checked. And, you know, some of these we can even have done same day depending on your prescription.
So it's not just for goggle prescription. You can do a true eye doctor appointment.
Correct. Yeah. And that's if you need glasses, prescription sunglasses, goggles, anything. You know, that'll get you set up, and we'll check your eye health to make sure everything's, you know, going well for you, and then, you know, send you on your way.
Well, I'll be booking an appointment, that's for sure. So talk to me about operating hours. So you mentioned when he's here. So what are your typical operating hours from a store perspective?
Correct. Yeah, we have 8 locations total, 6 here in Vail Village. And at the moment, pretty much most all of them are running 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Up here at Bridge Street, we start a little earlier because the gondola starts at 8:30. So that's right when we get here too. And then, so we have a lot of convenient locations. Obviously, Bridge Street here, right at the base of Gondola 1, closest retail location. Village Center, across from Solaris, which is where the doctor's office is. At Sonnenalp, we have our Eyepieces Sport concept, which is a great little boutique to go into. Lion's Head, if you find yourself over in Lion's Head Village. Beaver Creek, even if you're up over there skiing in Beaver Creek. And then down in Edwards as well. And then if you find yourself over in Roaring Fork Valley, you can find us at Willits next to Whole Foods and at the base of Snowmass at the Viceroy Hotel.
So you really cover the entire Vail Valley, which is wonderful.
Yep.
No excuses. You need to upgrade your goggles this season for sure.
Yeah.
So head over to Eyepieces Vail. Well, thank you so much for talking and telling us everything, Tyler. Are there anything else that we should know if we're coming in to look for the right frame or goggle for our faces?
Just know that we're happy to help you out however we can. Even if you're just having a little troubleshooting and you're not going to buy anything, like, we're just happy to be here and offer any service that we can.
It's great. Well, they offer white glove service here at the Goggle Bar. Make sure that you head over to Eyepieces of Vail. You'll get to chat with Tyler and everyone else here in the store. So lots of exciting things happening. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Eagle Valley Library District provides so many options to all of the people here in our community and beyond. They've got virtual libraries. You can rent items itself, plus their Spark Studio and all of the traditional books that you may be looking for. Let's take a look at that conversation.
Good morning, Vail.
Happy Friday. It's always a great Friday when Tegan is here from Eagle Valley Library District and looking very apropos, very appropriate for St. Patty's Day. How are you doing, Tegan?
Good. How are you?
I am great because, as you know, I have my library card. I have it in my purse. I should have brought it in.
Yay.
And I had such a great experience with you. This poor woman gave me her cell phone number, and I have sent her selfies of me holding my library card. True story. And the book, can we talk about the book, that whole situation? Because I found a book that I really wanted to read, and you guys did not have it.
We didn't have it.
What is the situation with that?
So it kind of depends on with publishing and what's popular, and we try to get a smattering of everything.
And that one was not. It was self-published.
No, it was popular at a certain time, but then we don't have as much space to keep everything. Eventually things cycle out. And so I think that's where we were when you were interested in it.
Yes, and so Tegan actually found it for me and got it. Brought it to Avon Library, and it's amazing. I'm so into it.
Oh, good.
I'm so into it, but I have to say the experience of just coming in, you guys, oh my goodness, it is beautiful. I mean, I probably spent an hour with you. And I could have spent like 8 hours.
Oh, good. Yes.
Taking gave me a personal tour. It felt very cool. But it is just so clean. I mean, I'm weird about that. But so clean, so colorful, so beautiful, peaceful.
Thank you.
And just even, I don't know, it just got me so excited to learn and to read.
Oh, good.
It really, and I love the way that you have it separated.
Yep, we have our zones.
How do you keep it so clean? That's what I want to
Well, that's part of it, is having clean, safe buildings. And so having that opportunity for our public to come in and to be proud of their public library. And so we take great care in keeping, and you were there when we were wrapping up our painting project. So we just,
but it still was so good. I'm like,
all of them have a fresh coat of paint, and then we keep them clean. We have cleaners that come in all the time so that when you walk in, it is a space that you want to be in.
And I want to say, I know so many people are not like I am, thank goodness. And they've been there multiple times, Avon, Eagle, Gypsum. Did I get that correct? Yeah. And I've been to the Eagle and Gypsum, but never the Avon, which makes no sense. But now I've experienced them all. If you haven't been, really, it is just a vibe. It's a moment. I mean, I'm thinking old school, and I'm not hating my old school Dayton, Ohio library. Was beautiful for what it is. This is a whole thing. I mean, you almost feel like you're going to Disney World or something. I mean, the Disney World has a library of books.
I love that. Our buildings are very beautiful. And we do take really good care of them.
Yes, you do.
We have zones because we're trying to accommodate everyone. So we got kids and teens, and we got those who want to study, who want to be near a fireplace, who want the view. So we got got all those little nooks and crannies too in the library so that you can find your space.
Well, and I also love too, not to take it because I know it's such like a light fun, but it is about community and feeling safe. And something that I brought up to Tegan last time I was in there is if someone is having a hard time going through something, and can you kind of tell us about what you told me, because I thought that was really moving.
So we have, again, we're a third space for the community, and sometimes we get people who come in and it's like at the last moment they tell us their need. And sometimes those needs are really big, and so we're always trying to connect our community with the resources that they need. But sometimes those conversations can't happen at the desk, or there's that apprehension of asking for help.
It's hard.
It's very hard. And so we have books on hard topics, but not everyone's going to ask for those even if they need them. So we have throughout the library we have a bookmark that's about hard topics, and it tells you on the front, it tells you the sections where these hard topics are. So whether that's drug abuse or domestic violence, or there's all sorts of hard topics. And then on the back is the resource, so that we have our community resources on the back. So if people are struggling with just asking for help because it's such a big step, we have that there, so they don't even have to speak to us, but we're still providing resources. And again, we're not looking at what you check out, so whatever you walk away with is what you need, and so we're here as a place to make those connections.
That is so amazing. I'm getting emotional because it is so powerful, and it's so brilliant. I want people to really hear that you can go in there and feel safe, because that is very much truth. And maybe even if you aren't personally going through something, I know that people might want to get something for a friend, a family member. You are not going to be judged. And if you can't use your voice at that very moment, it's okay.
It's okay.
I think that is so neat, and I really want to point that that's beautiful. And I actually took home one of the bookmarks that, you gave me a bookmark. I didn't steal it. I wanted to say that.
You can take our bookmarks. We want you to take them out.
But things like Bright Future Foundation, the phone numbers, and it's just so very important. So thank you. Not only is it a beautiful space to learn, have fun, but if you are going through a hard time, and we all do, all of us, it is a safe space. And that's so exciting.
And we're here for resources, and we're here to connect. And again, there's no judgment at all. And if you don't have your voice that day, we have the resources still available.
That is so amazing. And Tegan, the whole thing is just so brilliant to me, because I've learned so much from you that you can get, I come back to this all the time, a toolkit. I'm sorry, but that's amazing. But also you can rent out video, or you can rent video games and DVDs and magazines, which I never thought up to date too. And you can go back.
And you can go back.
And then one of our, I will not tell who, but someone here in the studio told me bocce ball.
We have that.
Which is so really.
We have some disc golf, so we do have a whole disc golf kit.
It is this is really neat to think, because I think you think library books, and sometimes people are like, oh, studying, whatever. No, it's a whole new ball game.
It's for community and what you need to thrive in our community. And so we try to get everything in. And I love that you brought up that we originally didn't have that book. And so again, if you ask us for these books or for the materials, we will do our best to get to yes. So we will get it in for you. So and that particular book is on a resurgence. So we're happy to order it because more people were wanting it.
I love it because I'm almost done with the book. It is so well done. It is so brilliant. And I think that's neat too, because so many people, I mean, what I read from to what my best friend reads, we are night and day to my mom, my dad. So it's neat because we all have such different tastes. How could you even think to know? So this way, you're not going to feel silly if you want to read an acting theater book, or if you want to, I think that's really, really cool. I was going to ask you, do you have any events coming up this spring and summer? Because I know that's something I'm stoked on. So you can also do classes.
So we do have some classes coming up. So today is actually Sisters of Courage. So we're celebrating National Women's History Month.
How cool.
So it's at 3 o'clock at the Avon Public Library. So we're it's a talk about these sisters, I think it's the Harbor Harbisons.
Okay.
And they go through Civil War, Great Expansion, and they go from a dairy farm and they end up at the west entrance of Rocky Mountain National Park.
What?
So yeah, so in the 1800s.
Cool.
So
yeah.
They had a lot of grit and a lot of courage to go west.
In the 1800s, I'm like, wow, like, that's amazing.
So that's today,
okay.
and then throughout March and April, we're getting into our gardening series.
That's what I was.
Yep. We're connecting.
Like,
yes, we're connecting with CSU Extension Office. And
okay.
So we have Peaks to Petals. I believe we have that program is on the 18th, and then we're going to have like more of a like grow your own food series.
So cool.
Yes, and so evld.org is our website. So if I'm forgetting the dates, that's where you can go find them.
Well, no, and you showed me the space right when you walk into your right, or when you walk in one door to the right. There's many doors. It's so beautiful, and the light in there, and I'm so excited.
Oh, good.
I'm very excited. But how neat is this? You can go online and see all these classes, books, all the things. Tegan, we have so much more we can talk about. We need to have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And check out Eagle Valley Library District and keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
Hey, it's Gretchen Pleshaw, host of Good Morning Vail. I am so excited about our Easter giveaway. Today's word of the day is hop. So if you collect all of the words, you have a chance to win what's inside this egg. Remember, today's word of the day is hop. Keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Welcome to hour 2 of this Money Monday edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot, and in this second hour, Vail Valley Voices joined me on the stage earlier last week to talk all about their event that they have coming up on April 6th. Plus, Paramount has a new drop, Paramount Plus. It's called Little Wing. And then salmon sandwiches. Who doesn't want to make a delicious salmon sandwich? I know, I'm excited for that one. All of that's getting started in this second hour, so let's take a look and get started right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Max of TV8 Vail. We want to invite you all to the Wacky Winter Reading Program. It's open to all ages. All you have to do is read 10 books or 1,000 pages. For more information, go on our website, tv8vail.com. And thank you to our sponsor, the Eagle Valley Library District.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interest across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales.
Good morning, Vail.
The next Vail Valley Voices event is on April 6th at Route 6. Very exciting and fun event to hear storytelling all throughout our community. I chatted with them about the event and more, so let's take a look. Now, it is hard to believe we are halfway through March, and that means we are talking about all kinds of great things that are happening in the Vail Valley in April and beyond. And joining me today on the couch are two wonderful members of the Vail Valley Voices and talking all about their event that they have coming up. So I've got Ted and Jen. How are you both?
We're doing great. Thank you. Thank you.
Great to have you here. So Vail Valley Voices, it's being presented by the Vail Valley Theater Company on April 6th at Route 6, or Route 6, I like to say route. But Ted, tell me all about the event.
Okay, so it is a live storytelling event. We'll have 10 to 12 locals and friends and neighbors do a 5 to 7 minute story about their life and how it connects to Vail. And it's styled after the Moth Radio Hour, if you're familiar with that at all from NPR. So stories about big moments of turning points in their life, from big emotional moments, and some are funny, some are really emotional, some are kind of intense, and it's going to be a great night.
That sounds so exciting and so much fun, and it's great to know how people are connected here to the Valley, because that's our common denominator between all of us, is that we're connected to the Valley. So Jen, talk to me about the storytellers and who we have joining us.
Well, I'm going to defer that to John, because John knows a little bit more about that.
So I'm producing the show.
Okay,
so
great.
I've been feverishly recruiting storytellers for the last couple of weeks, and we have some great ones. We have Helmut Fricker is going to join us, who everyone knows in the Valley. He's the German storyteller up at Beaver Creek. He's going to, we have to keep him limited to time because he has so many stories. We have people like Liz Farron are going to come and talk. Elizabeth Sullivan is going to tell a really fantastic story I saw last night. We have a gentleman from Burundi who's going to tell a story about growing up in Africa.
Wow.
So we have a really wide range, from very funny local German kind of mountain stuff to global things, to some very personal stories of people that are coming. It's going to be great.
That's great. So you're producing the show.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your involvement with Vail Valley Voices, and why this is such a great project for you.
So I've been part of the Vail Valley Theater Company for about 20 years and been doing a couple of shows a year, going back to Men of La Mancha and Chicago and others. I'm the head of the marketing committee, so I head up kind of getting people aware of what we're doing. And Vail Valley Voices is a show we did once last year, and I told a story and I loved it.
Great.
It was so much fun. It's a little bit scary, but it's also really energizing and fun to tell stories, so I wanted to do it again. And we're going to try to do it a couple times a year going forward.
That's great. Well, you're telling a story here by sitting here on the couch. And I'd say 5 to 7 minutes is a great, perfect amount of time to tell a story. Now, Jen, tell me a bit about you and your involvement with Vail Valley Voices as well as the theater company.
So I'm also on the board. I am the head of the Special Events Committee, and I'm here to promote our summer production, which we're super excited about. It's going to be Cabaret.
Amazing.
Yes, and so we are about to post our auditions, which I think will be April 11th and April 14th. The show is going to be sometime in mid-July, and we're super excited about it. We've got lots of exciting surprises that are going to be involved with that. And so come to our website, Vail Valley, Vail Theater with an R-E, theater with an R-E.org. We have, we're going to have a cast page where you can get all of that information. And then in addition to Cabaret, which is super exciting, we also have a lot of classes and workshops. Like we've really are trying to extend our tendrils into the community. And so we're doing workshops, we're doing improv, we've got choir classes, we have Broadway dance classes that are coming up. And John, please remind me if I'm forgetting anything.
That's great. We've been kind of going through a rebirth as an organization in the
yes.
last couple of years, and we're doing a lot of community outreach, wonderful things to get involved with. But the two big tent poles are Vail Valley Voices, April 6th, Cabaret this summer, and then a bunch of other things you'll find on the website to get involved.
That's great. Well, great words that were just used is the rebirth and the tendrils into the community. I love that. I love that. I know I've been keeping an eye out on the improv class, and that just seems like so much fun and a great way to get involved and to get out of your shell.
Yes.
So what can, if we wanted to do the improv class, tell me a little bit about what we can expect out of it.
So Gina Parrish, she leads the courses, and she is just absolutely phenomenal. She is super welcoming, and we basically kind of have a new group every time, and so it's really fun. So newcomers are welcome. We've got all kinds of talent, and she's very good at leading us through the process from A to Z, basically, in the basics of improv. And so, we just. I think we're going to be doing it twice a month now. It's once a month currently, which is the first Friday of every month. And I'm not sure what that second day of the month is going to be yet. We're still working that out. But we've had it's been such a successful program so far that we're adding a second date per month. So I'm very excited. We're hoping, eventually maybe we might be able to do a show someday in the future. But all the things we're working up to, so it's very exciting.
I love the idea of it because you don't even have to have the desire to be an actor or a performer. It's a great way to just help push you past your boundaries. So I love that. I love that.
Oh, and it's so fun. Yeah.
And some people are a little bit hesitant about getting on stage. So we have all these programs for people who don't want to get on stage, but they like to sing or they like to dance or they want to do something like improv. So it's a great opportunity.
Well, you're both doing great on our stage here at the studio. So you mentioned Broadway dance classes. Tell me about that. Is that a new thing that's happening, or has it been going on for a bit?
It's been going on for a while. We do it in partnership with CMC at the CMC Dance Studio. We have a current session that's ongoing that's sold out, and then we have another one that will be starting in April.
Okay, great.
Those dates are on the website, and it's a weekly class.
Okay.
We have our choreographers from the Vail Valley Theater Company teach it, different teacher each night, and we pick a number from a great show, like the Chicago dance number.
Love that.
And we learn that dance, or part of that dance that night, and then we go in the next week and we learn a different one. It's very fun, even for people who can't dance like me.
I was going to say, do you have to be a dancer in order to take this class? That's wonderful. That's great. So let's talk about the cabaret auditions. Now, Jen, you mentioned they are coming up. So what kinds? What is the call to action? How many? What kinds of people are you looking for? Performers, dancers, singers, both, all of it?
Sure, let me talk a little bit.
I'll take that one.
We're peripherally involved with that. We have a whole team that's been going crazy getting ready for that. But if you're familiar with cabaret, there are a number of leading male roles. There's a range of people kind of in a range of ages can fit different roles, from the MC, the old Joel Grey role from Cabaret, to Herr Schultz, who's the German gentleman who has a romantic relationships with a woman in the show. There's a bunch of dancers, lots of fun dancing that just dance. So you can come as a dancer if you don't want to sing or act. You can come as a singer if you want to sing and be part of that. There's a lot of different fun roles, and it's a really relevant story today because it's actually set in pre-war Germany before World War II, and there's undertones of the German Reich coming and anti-Semitism and a bunch of other things that are very relevant today.
That's true. That's true. So how do you select which productions you're going to do throughout the year? That's a tough question, I know.
Well, it's a tough question. It's hard.
It is. So many great ones.
We have a group of people who love to produce shows, whether we're on stage or off stage or doing backstage like scenes and set building and things like that. And so we have lots of people who are very passionate about what shows they want to do. We create a list. We have an arts and entertainment committee that goes through that list, and we think about what we have the ability to cast. Like, do we have the people to do it? Do we have the facility to do it in? You know, all of those kinds of things. And then we choose a short list of shows and we vote on it as a board.
That's great.
And we have a long list of shows that we want to do. And we've also done some fabulous shows in the last couple of years. It's been great, really fun.
That's great. So as you produce shows, you know, how do you do this? You are a nonprofit, so people need to contribute, and you know, how do you raise the funds to produce your shows?
So anyone that is interested can become a member of the Vail Valley Theater Company. It's a $20 annual fee, and that gets you some of these classes for free, so it's actually a great deal.
Yeah.
And then we have underwriting from various sponsors. We have had some involvement from the town of Vail in the past, from Vail Daily, from a number of the restaurants that we work with. For example, the venue for Vail Valley Voices is Route 6 Cafe in Eaglevale, and Ollie, the owner of the cafe, donates his space.
That's great.
So we have a lot of people who help us in really fabulous ways because it costs us a lot more to produce a show than we raise through ticket sales.
Sure.
So we need additional support for sure to be able to do it.
Well, I certainly appreciate the arts, and I love musical theater and all that it is involved. So congratulations on Cabaret coming up. Auditions are coming up, so that'll be on the website soon. And then Vail Valley Voices, April 6th.
April 6th.
Yep.
Tickets are on sale on vailtheater.org now. And it's $15. It's a pretty cheap date.
Yeah,
you can do it also at the door, and it's a really fun, casual day. We talk about kind of being enlightened and entertained by your friends and your neighbors.
That's perfect. People you probably wouldn't expect to hear from sometimes too as well.
Exactly.
So we appreciate that, and loved having you both here on the couch with me. Very exciting. So Vail Valley Voices, April 6th. 7 p.m. at Route 6.
7:30.
7:30 at Route 6.
Yes.
So tickets on sale, $15. Well, lovely to see you both here, and we are excited for you as you progress throughout the spring and summer season.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Now we've got a bit more on the show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
Now, we are always catching fresh fish in our rivers here, but if you like salmon, we show you how to make a great salmon sandwich.
We've got a great menu today. Actually, this is going to be kind of a summertime menu. We are going to make a salmon sandwich with avocado and a potato salad. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is start cooking the salmon, because we're going to cook it. You can serve the salmon sandwich warm if you want to, or you can package it up and serve it at room temperature or cool as well. So what we're going to do now is just start with cooking the salmon. I have a raw piece of salmon right here, and it's kind of a thick one too, so it's going to take a little while to cook. I'm going to put it in a frying pan. I've got the heat over a medium heat. I'm going to crank that up a little bit, because if you remember some of the past classes, when we're putting something cold into our warm frying pan, it takes the temperature down. So you want to crank it up when you're first putting things in there. I'm going to use a little olive oil. You use whatever oil you like the best. We'll put that on the bottom, and then we are going to generously coat our salmon with salt and pepper. So that means you're really going to get every part of the salmon. This salmon has skin. Most of it does. So I'll show you how to remove that skin in an easy way as we cook it. We are going to put it meat side down in the pan. I'm going to just make sure that pan is kind of hot, because of course we want that pan to be warm and get that sizzle whenever we put the meat in there. So here we go. Ooh, a little bit of a sizzle. I can crank it up just a tiny bit. So we're going to do skin side up. We will flip the salmon, and then once it cooks, the skin will easily peel right off. A lot of people like the skin, but it's a little more high in fat. You can crisp it up if you want to add it to the sandwich. I'm not going to teach you how to do that, because this is a healthy cooking class, and the skin of things, animals, aren't always that healthy. So we have generously doused it with salt and pepper. We've got it in our pan, skin side up. It's maybe about an inch thick, so it is going to take a little bit of time to cook. I can hear it sizzling right now. I'm going to want to get a nice sear on the outside, and then I'm going to flip it over, and we will continue to cook it until it's done. Meanwhile, let's make some potato salad. So you got the little baby potatoes in your package today. I have already boiled those. So when you're boiling potatoes, you put them in water, not ice cold water, but you don't drop them into boiling water. Whenever you're boiling potatoes, you start the potatoes in not cold, but not warm water. So just kind of room temperature water. You put the potatoes in there, and then it all comes to a boil on its own. So it really is a gradual process. It takes about 15 minutes to boil those potatoes. I have boiled them, I've strained the water out of them, and I put them in a bowl in the refrigerator so they can cool down for our potato salad. So let me just grab those. They should be nice and cool, which will be nice for us when we're cutting them, because hot potatoes are so hard to cut. The avocado and the tomato are for our salmon sandwich, so I'm just going to move those right down there. We have these nice potatoes. It doesn't matter if you have red or white or yellow potatoes. The potato salad it'll work with anything. You know, if you want to make mashed potatoes or something like that, you want more of a russet potato. But with a potato salad, you can really use these or those little golden Yukon potatoes. Those are really nice. I like to cut my potatoes in little coin sizes for my potato salad. So we're just going to kind of easily cut them. Try to make sure that you're not cutting away the skin. The skin is where you get a lot of nutrients in most of your veggies. So we don't want to peel them. We just want to make sure they cut nicely with the potato piece, so that you get a nice bite when you're enjoying your potato salad. Those already look beautiful. A nice sharp knife. Cut them pretty evenly. Here we go. Keep on cutting them. This is a job you could give to one of your kids. But again, this could be a dangerous job, folks, because the potato is rolly, and we've talked about that many times. This one you can hold, and when you're cutting, you like to hold your fingers kind of tucked in like that so that you can hold on to whatever you're cutting, but you're not going to cut like your tip of your fingernail off or something. So a good trick whenever you're cutting anything is just to curve your fingers in just a little bit like that. If you see any pieces that you don't like, just discard them. You don't want them in your salad. Quality control is really important. Alrighty. These are looking good. I can hear the salmon starting to sear up a little bit. You can always cook the salmon in the oven as well. Whenever you're cooking fish in the oven, you want to cook it at a high temperature, like 400 degrees, and then cook it for about 15 minutes or so, check it, and then pull it out, because it's going to continue cooking after you pull it out. Everything continues to cook after you take it off the heat. A piece of salmon that doesn't have a bone in it or anything, it's only going to continue to cook for a couple of minutes. But you know, if you pull off like a pork chop from the grill that has a bone in it, that's going to continue to cook for 5-7 minutes or so. And if you had a big like filet mignon, tenderloin or something like that, that does cook for another, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. So remember that if you want to get your temperature perfectly right. Okay, this looks like it's time to flip over the salmon. How do we know? Because we can wiggle it around and it's not sticking to anything. So when it doesn't stick, that means it's time to flip over. Ooh, and that looks good. We have a nice sear on the salmon, but I do want you to see this side right there. You see how raw that is right there? That means that's a big fat piece and it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the temperature down to low, and we're just going to kind of chill with that cooking, because we don't want to overcook the salmon, but we certainly don't want it too undercooked either. So we seared up one side. Now it's skin side down and it's on a lower temperature. So we're going to just let that cook slowly. And we'll go back to our potato salad. Now we have all of our potatoes cut nicely. And what we're going to do is make a dressing for the potato salad. I'm doing a creamy dressing for the salad. So again, we're going to use a mayonnaise and a sour cream split. And remember why we did that? It's just really nice to add those two flavors together, and it kind of helps so that the mayonnaise isn't too mayonnaise-y, if that's a technical term in the kitchen. So we're going to do equal parts of mayonnaise and sour cream. And we don't want too much. We don't want this to be an overly creamy dish, but we do want to give it a little bit of body. So we're going to put that right in there. I'm going to toss, and of course, like sour cream and potatoes, I mean, really, that's such a great combination. So we're just going to toss our potatoes in there now with a little bit of dressing. So if you like it more creamy and you want a little more dressing, by all means, you're the chef here. We are going to generously put some salt and pepper, and this has some celery seed in it, so some salt and pepper and celery seed onto our potatoes, and then we're just going to stir them around. So again, it's a creamy sauce, but we're not going to overdo it too much. You could really stop here if you've got like plain Jane eaters around, or you could add some more goodies, and that's what we're going to do right now. I feel like we need something fun in this salad, so I've decided to bring in some pepperoncinis and some mustard. Mustard is always really nice in these kind of salads with the mayonnaise mixture. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a bite. So we'll add a little bit of mustard. I can smell the mustard. I can smell the heat from it. So we're looking at having just a little bit of spice here in our salad. So we're going to take a couple pepperoncinis. I'm going to do 3 of them, 3 big ones, because they're all different sizes. And we're just going to slice those, again, in little rings. I want to get a little bit of a bite to them, so I'm going to keep them intact in those rings. And that's kind of like what we did when we cut up the potatoes. So once again, going back to when you're making something or when you're cooking something, you kind of want things the same size. Just like in the salads, when we cut up the cucumbers and the carrots and things like that, we want them all just about the same size. Let's make sure we separate these. And this has a nice vinegary taste as well, so that's going to add a good flavor. If you don't like a peppercini, just adding a little bit of white wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar to this will kind of give you that acidic taste that you need. All right, so we've got it all stirred up. Really easy, simple. When your ingredients are this fresh, you know, when it's summertime and everything tastes so good, you really don't need to mix a lot of things in it. When I was first creating recipes, I would notice every time I was really messing up on a recipe, I'd be like, oh, add another thing to it, add another thing to it. And all of a sudden there were like 18 things in my dish and you couldn't really identify any nice flavors. And that's just because I was just trying to, like, you know, put a Band-Aid on something that didn't really need it. So if you have fresh, good ingredients, just go and highlight those ingredients. These potatoes are fresh. It's the season for them. The pepperoncinis are going to give it a little bit of a bite and a lot of acidic flavor, and that's going to be really, really nice. So we're going to pop this back into the refrigerator so it gets nice and cold. We're going to take a quick break and let our salmon finish cooking. It's starting to get nice and cooked up. I think it needs about 5 more minutes because you see, we don't want to overcook it. I don't want it all the way browned, but I do want that pink to be just a little bit less, kind of just a stripe down the middle. So we'll give that salmon 5 more minutes. We'll take a quick break. We'll cool off the potato salad. We'll learn about why this is so healthy.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
TV8 te brinda la mejor programación en español todos los días. Sintoniza Conexión Latina los lunes, miércoles y viernes a las 7 de la tarde con repeticiones los fines de semana. Además, te presentamos nuestro nuevo programa Sabores y Creaciones, donde hemos juntado tus recetas y manualidades favoritas en un solo lugar los martes y jueves a las 7 de la tarde. Y por último, disfruta de Daily Flash Latino, con noticias y entretenimiento en tendencia los sábados a las 7 de la tarde. Te esperamos por el canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página de Facebook TV8 Conexión Latina, nuestro canal de YouTube TV8 Vail Good Morning Vail o nuestra página web tv8vail.com.
I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals now. Check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of Good Morning Vail. Now we're doing something really cool for Easter. Starting Monday the 18th, every single day, you're going to get a new word. So if you watch every day and unscramble the words to make a sentence, you can win What's in This Egg. Make sure and tune in every day. Good Morning Vail.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
The salmon sandwich recipe is so delectable that we had to break it up and show it to you in 2 parts. So let's finish up that recipe so you can bite right into that sandwich.
The salmon has just been cooking slowly. So what I'm going to do is pull it off of the pan and let it rest for a minute. And then what's going to happen is that skin is going to come off really, really easily, and then we'll slice it or we'll shred it for the sandwiches. So our sandwiches are going to have salmon, lettuce, avocado, tomato, and sriracha mayo. I thought we had needed to kick it into high gear a little bit. I guess I've been craving spicy or something because we have the pepperoncinis in the in the potato salad, and then we have some sriracha mayo. Of course, you can make this mayo on your own if you prefer to do that. I usually do, but I've found that I've been using it for so many different ingredients and different dishes that it's just easy to buy it like this and easy to carry it around if you're doing picnics or anything like that. It just gives you that spice that you're looking for. All right, let's move on to avocados. So avocados became such a trendy ingredient in the last year that like some of the bigwig chefs in New York and stuff like that, they're not even using avocados anymore. They're like, ooh, avocado, that was so yesterday. Me, I love an avocado. However, they've gotten really expensive. And if you can find one for a good price, definitely buy it. But that's one of those things that you don't want to waste it. If you're paying $2.50 for this little avocado, you don't want to waste it. When you're picking out an avocado, you want it to have a little bit of give. Not a lot, because that means it's going to be bruised and brown inside, but you want it to have a little tiny bit of give there. You can kind of mush it a little bit. And then if the stem right there kind of pops off easy like that, that means that it's totally ripe. And make sure you get rid of that stem because nobody wants to chew that in their salmon sandwich. Okay, here is how you cut an avocado and peel it. This is the easiest way. This is the way you're going to get the most nutrients out of your avocado as well. You just take it. This is like what we did with the peach, or we tried to do with the peach, but it was underripe. But this is what you do. Peaches are stone fruits, and they have that pit right in the middle like an avocado. You cut it around, and then you turn it like that, and then you have your beautiful avocado. And this is a good one, for sure. That looks really, really good. I'm not wasting any bit of that. And then you cut it in half, and then you peel it like a banana. Ready? Look at that. A lot of the nutrients in many different fruits and vegetables are as close to the skin as possible. So you don't want to waste it. So this is absolutely the easiest way, in my opinion, to get the beauty of the avocado and all the meat that you have in there. So then we're going to slice it. A serving size should probably be about 1/4 of an avocado. So that's what we're going to stick with when we make this sandwich. So slice that nice and thin. Fan it out a little because we are going to put a little salt and pepper on it. Fruits and veggies, I really think need some salt and pepper. Even fruit, actually, sometimes just needs a little bit. You know, and you also want to flavor as you go when you're building sandwiches and different things. You can choose whatever kind of bread you want for this sandwich. A brioche roll would be really nice. I love these little 4-inch steak rolls that I get from Walmart, actually. They hold up really nicely. They're not dried out, and they're just kind of a perfect size, in my opinion, for a sandwich. Now, like I was saying, your avocado serving size is about 1/4. So we're going to put like 3 or 4 slices right there on the bottom. Let's see. Get that right down there and kind of smush it in a little, so that it becomes like a spread. You could mash it and then put it in mashed if you wanted to, but this is kind of nice too. And when I'm catering and I have people helping me make sandwiches, because I make so many sandwiches sometimes, every bite counts, folks. Don't just put 1 piece of avocado and then your first bite's gonna have no avocado. Every bite counts. So here we go. We have that. I'm gonna make this other one too. We're just gonna get some nice pieces of avocado in there. You want to make sure everything's balanced too. So I said that it was like, you know, four slices for a serving size. But if that doesn't really fit into your sandwich, then just use 3 slices. Like you decide what you like and what you want. All right, so we've got that. We're going to put a couple tomato slices too. So I have these nice Romas. Slice them thin. Tomatoes have a lot of juice in them, so this is going to make the sandwich a little bit juicier. So if you're taking this sandwich on a picnic or you're not going to eat it right away, You may want to add the tomatoes a little bit later. Again, we're going to season those because we're seasoning everything as it goes. So we season those, put a couple tomatoes right on there. Already this is looking so pretty. You could even do like a bacon BLT with avocado if you wanted to right there. We'll put those aside because we will eat those later. All right, let's see what, I'm going to put a glove on actually because I don't want my hands to smell like salmon later. No matter how hard you wash things, sometimes that fishy smell just sticks around. Okay, so let's flip it over. See how that skin, see? That skin is just gonna come right off. So don't even worry about cutting the skin off when it's raw because it's nearly impossible, I'm gonna tell you. It's a very hard task to do and it just kind of comes off and it serves as like a nice little barrier for the salmon. Okay, so let's just cut right into the middle of the salmon. See how it looks. Ooh, that looks cooked really, really nicely to me. A lot of people like their salmon cooked a little bit more. If you do, pop it right back in there and cook it to however you like it. So now we're gonna cut our salmon. This is not always the easiest job because it wants to flake off. We can flake it a little. I guess, you know, do what your salmon wants. So it wants to be flaked a little. So we're gonna put that salmon right there on top. That looks delicious. This one too. Just gonna wiggle it around a little. We'll put that big piece right there on top. Okay. It smells really, really good. And now here's our secret ingredient, the sriracha mayo. This is gonna be nice. Mayonnaise, avocado, orange is really nice with salmon as well. So let me get that. I'm gonna coat it nicely too, especially if you like a kick. Definitely give it some space, give it a little attitude, let it be kind of the star of the show with that salmon. Put a couple pieces of lettuce on top of there. And there you go. You have your delicious salmon sub. With so many good veggies. I'm gonna pair it right here with the potato salad. And you have yourself like a really, really nice summertime lunch or dinner. And again, wrap that up, put it in some saran wrap, and you have yourself a nice picnic dinner if you want it. So there you go. We have potato salad, which you can use with anything. It would go good with a steak or anything like that. And then we have our salmon sandwiches. Salmon and avocado, really giving you all those healthy omegas and fats and everything else you could ask for. So you can have a beautiful dinner. I mean, pair it with a nice glass of wine, do it with a glass of ice water, you will enjoy it. Thanks for joining me. I'm Tracy Miller. Good luck eating healthy.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
Paramount Plus certainly is pumping out premiere television shows and movies, and we had a conversation earlier about their new drop, Little Wing. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. A Paramount Plus original is coming out soon, and we have 2 of the stars joining us via Zoom this morning, Brooklyn Prince and Shay Tafari. Thanks for joining us, you two.
Thank you. We're so excited.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. So this is kind of a coming of age story. Can you tell me a little bit about this show, the original called Little Wing?
Go ahead. Well, this movie is about a young 13-year-old girl who is just handling the ups and downs of growing up. And her life is sort of falling apart before her. Her parents are getting a divorce. She's losing her house. And she gets these 2 young pigeons. And through these pigeons, she gets into the amazing, crazy sport of pigeon racing and seems to find herself and basically the meaning of life within these pigeons and meeting a mentor.
That's amazing, amazing. And as kind of child actors, what does a coming of age story mean to you guys? What does that kind of mean to you?
Oh, okay, I'll take this one. Really a coming of age, I guess story or a plot, I really feel like that you grow, you come of age as well within the movie. So there's a lot of things that, you're gonna learn on set through the script, and there are certain things, you'll look at the script and you're like, wow, that changed me a little bit. So not only is the character coming of age, you are too. So, I love those types of scripts as well. As much as you teach the character teaches you.
Amazing, amazing. And so the audience is probably a lot of young folks out there, but I think some adults can take some messages away from this storytelling as well. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think there's a part in this movie for everybody, whether you are an 80-year-old man who is into, sport or wanting to mentor, whether you are a 40-year-old mom trying to deal with crazy teenage kids, whether you are a 18 to 17-year-old boy trying to step up and be the man of a house, or whether you are a 13-year-old girl just trying to handle life. I think that there's really a part for everybody in this, and I think it'll bring up some good discussions within families.
Amazing, amazing. And Shay and Brooklyn as well. You've both kind of been in other films and productions as well. How does it kind of compare working on this one together, the 2 of you?
Oh, it's always better working with this one. She's very easy to like, so it's me and him got along just right off the bat. Awesome. And just fine, right through the gates.
Amazing.
Yeah, so.
And so Paramount Plus, when is it available? How can people see Little Wing, and where and how?
So actually, it's dropping today on Paramount Plus. If you have Paramount Plus, the streamer on your, TV or device, you can watch it there. And it's coming out today.
Yeah, let's go. So how do you guys celebrate the release? You obviously doing some media interviews this morning, but what's the day look like for you two?
We want to eat lunch. Yeah, it's gonna be big. We're gonna have more interviews. We're gonna do some school. Yeah, we love school.
Okay.
But I don't love school.
That's okay.
And then
okay.
a screening later. So
awesome. So no pigeon racing today for you two.
He might sneak out and do a little. Yeah, I might fly to New York, get a pigeon, come back. And
there you go.
Release it into the air.
I gotta ask. I know you guys have been in other films that include other animals. What was it like, kind of working in the pigeon field?
The pigeon field is.
I guess, I mean, this is really my first movie working with animals, you know. Brooklyn's done like Cocaine Bear and stuff,
A
but
little
I mean,
different.
yeah, yeah.
Cocaine Bear,
A
they
little
didn't
different.
actually have a real bear.
Makes sense.
So if they did, I don't think I'd be sitting here today. So.
Totally. So definitely check it out, Little Wing on Paramount Plus. What's next for you two? You guys moving on to another project yet, or are you kind of riding this one still?
I mean, we're definitely celebrating this one, but I have a comic book coming out on March 20th, Miss Fortune's Eyes, in comic book stores on March 20th. So that's really what's next for us. But I mean, we're just really enjoying Little Wing. It's been a labor of love, definitely, for the both of us.
Awesome. Well, it was a pleasure chatting with you guys this morning. Thanks for joining us. And this is your last chance to pitch it. How are you guys going to pitch this in like 30 seconds to check this out?
Ooh, you go.
Guys, make sure you check out Little Wing, guys. It's all about pigeons. It's all about, like, you know, coming of age and like love.
It's a
loss.
story for 13-year-olds
Yeah.
and families alike. It'll bring some great discussions. So go ahead and check it out and see us two crazies as we go on a crazy adventure to go steal a pigeon.
Yeah,
and definitely check this out because we're going to be watching Shay and Brooklyn here for years to come in other films. So both of you, thank you so much. Looking forward to the film Paramount Plus out today. We'll keep an eye out and stay tuned for more Good Morning Vail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Hey, it's Gretchen Pleshaw, host of Good Morning Vail. I am so excited about our Easter giveaway. Today's word of the day is hop. So if you collect all of the words, you have a chance to win what's inside this egg. Remember, today's word of the day is hop. Keep it right here for more Good Morning Vail.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Hello, I'm Shervin Rezai here with Chenna Garden in Avon, Colorado. My hobbies are obviously skiing. I've been skiing since I was 3 years old. In addition to that, music's always been my first passion, and you can see that alive and well at Chenna Garden with our little record nook, where we have over 300 records, and we'll continue to grow that collection and play vinyl records for you while you enjoy your cuisine. Chenna Garden is Avon's oldest running restaurant. We've been open since 1988 when my mother set up shop and wanted to begin offering Avon, Colorado the best quality Chinese food that we could get. And I started working in the restaurant when I was 8 years old as a dishwasher making $1 a day. And then one of the servers, pushed by my dad, told me I should ask for a raise, and then I got $5 a day, but then I had to put all $25 at the end of the week into a savings account, which actually helped me out in college. So after college, I went out to New York for law school, and I spent 15 years out in New York City practicing law and working in-house, which exposed me to a lot of restaurants all over the world, all over the country. And after getting exposure like that, I realized that we have this beautiful restaurant here that has so much potential. So in the fall of 2023, we came back, remodeled, and tried to get this back to give that special feel that I've known all my life here. We've been offering a lot of new cuisines, including German cuisine with our good family friend Gunther Schmidt, who's been serving up authentic German cuisine in the Valley for many, many decades. Why not? This is America. We can serve German food in a Chinese restaurant, and we just let it try. And after a year of it, it's been building up some success, and we're just having a lot of fun just seeing the look of bewilderment on every customer when they're like, how am I getting German food in a Chinese restaurant that's this good at this quality? China Garden is really all about that community, and that first starts with the local community. We always try to take care of all of us who are working hard, grinding it, so that we can also enjoy what this valley has to offer. And through that, we get a nice mix of word of mouth, tourists who come in. We're looking for something a little more authentic and that has a history with the valley. I'm a proud member of the Avon Vail Valley community, lifelong member as I was born here, and I hope you come out and see us here at China Garden. We're open every day, 4 to 9, any day the mountain's open. Cheers.
TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
It sure has been a Money Monday edition of Good Morning Vail. Thanks for joining me. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot, and I will see you next time.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting